I actually have COVID-19 right now.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm actually positive for COVID. I found out yesterday I can't taste or smell anything. That's a cool fact, I guess.
What is up, you guys? This is Lupe with Celeb Secrets, and I am hanging out here today with a very familiar face if you're on social media, particularly on Taki. But I'm joined by Torvas. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing great. First thing is first, for those that just aren't familiar with you, who are you? Talk to us a little bit about, who you are and what you do.
Yeah, awesome. So my name is actually Paulo. Torvas is a username that I use primarily on TikTok. Torvas stands for Torres Vasquez. So for example, my middle name is Torres, Vasquez my last name. When I first started TikTok, I wanted to make a short username that people would remember, so it'd be easier to find me, easier to look me up. So I took my middle name, my last name, combined it, and made Torvas. I primarily make content on TikTok. I also have a pretty good following on Instagram, and currently grinding out YouTube right now.
Obviously, you're big on social media, and that's so huge right now, which is amazing. It
Mhm.
has its perks and it has its good and bad. But for you, you are also part of the platform Taki. Talk to me a little bit about that. What interests you wanting to be a part of Taki?
So I love Taki because it keeps me engaged with my fans.
Hmm.
And as much as I would love to, I just can't talk to all of my fans individually. So Taki is sort of like a platform where I can move out of and go into knowing that I can talk to people directly, give them free videos sometimes, and they can pay me to make them videos. And it's just sort of a good way to connect with my fans, just why I love being a part of it.
And I'm sure you know that they ask you so many questions, but what type of messages or things do your fans ask there? Is it like good tea? Is it more of like videos personally?
Yeah, so it's sort of a mix of everything, really.
Okay.
So I have these fandoms in my following group, my supporters or fans, you could say,
Mhm.
and they have like they make me shout them out. Like there's Paulo's Tropaos, there's Paulo's Angels, and they
What
ask
is
for
that?
basic things, just like greetings and like greetings, like happy birthdays, motivational words from me to them, stuff like that.
And out of all of those, like, is there one in particular that you've done or that you like to do that's like your go-to or your favorite?
So my go-to, my favorite, and my one that stuck out to me was one where some supporter of mine asked me to make a prank, which is something I don't really do. It's sort of out of
Yeah.
my comfort zone. So I asked my friend, like, "Hey, I'm filming a video for TikTok," when it was actually for Taki, and I told him it was a magic trick. And at the end, I just tripped him, and he fell on his butt. But
Wow.
yeah, it was really different from stuff I'd usually
Yeah.
do or say. So it was pretty cool.
When it comes to creating or just having in mind something that you want to do, is it hard to just like in the beginning, was it hard for you like to, oh, it's not getting a lot of views or it's not people are not liking it? How did you really found your niche and were like, okay, I think this is what I'm supposed to do and I'm just gonna go with it?
Yeah, so I started TikTok way back in August, and
Hmm.
I tried out so many different things. I don't know if you know what transitions are on
Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah, I used to do a lot of those. They did fairly well, but they can only get you so far. So,
Yeah.
I made this, I saw a POV on my For You page, and I thought it was the cringiest, weirdest thing ever. So I did one as a joke. It did fairly well, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna swallow my pride. I'm gonna keep making these POVs, and that's how I grew to the size I am today. And occasional like trendy things. I think it's important to stay trendy on any sort of platform you're on,
Uh-huh.
and to always also make sure that you know your audience. So if they follow you for POVs, keep making those POVs, and you just grow a stronger bond with them altogether. And that's how I think you can keep your success up.
And overall, in like this 1 year span, or since you started, this career that you wanted, what's like the biggest experience you've learned aside from being consistent and aside from, sticking with what you know?
I think one thing I've learned is to not care what
Mhm.
people think. I know it sounds super cliche, and like I've probably said it so many times to so many other people, but it is such an important lesson because, you can show your authenticity through a screen. People will know if you're faking it, and I think it's just to not care what people think, because you will develop haters, and people around you will always think like, oh, what is he doing? Like, what does he think this is going to lead him to? So I think it's important to not care what people think and do whatever is best for you. And that's one thing I'm still trying to learn, honestly, because it is hard, but that's one lesson that I would love to take with me throughout the rest of my life.
Ultimately, what would you like to accomplish, like overall, that you? Because I know you're also in college, right? You're studying to be a pilot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so and I think that's super cool. But what's your ultimate goal, or like, do you have an accomplishment that you would like to?
Yeah, so for me, I grew up in Southern Indiana. It wasn't racist or anything. Like, I've never really experienced any racism here. It's like really great people here, very friendly, very nice. I love it here. But throughout, now growing up, I mean, and looking in the media, Asian men were always portrayed as not cool, nerdy, weird, unattractive, and that kind of sticks with you when you're growing up. So ever since then, I've always just wanted to show people that Asians can be cool, that they're not just mathematicians, not the stereotypes. And that's one thing I really want to accomplish for the younger generation of Asian American men, is to show that you can do anything you want to. You don't have to be stuck under a stereotype.
Yeah, that's true. And last but not least, obviously, we are celeb secrets. What's, I guess, one thing that fans or your audience doesn't know about you, whether if it's that you've shown, whether on Taki or just over on social media? Like, what's one cool random fact that you think, obviously, it's cool and that they don't know about?
I don't know if it's cool. There's two things. One small thing is I actually carry a gallon of water with me every day. I gotta stay hydrated. I drink a gallon of water a day. I think it's very important. Another thing is I have this weird obsession with being organized. I color code all my entire day. Green being due now, blue tomorrow, pink important, and I have it all planned out. Being organized is something like extremely important to me. Being a neat freak, I have to have things in the same place every time. There's a little dust bug or something's an inch off, I have to fix it. It's pretty normal, honestly. I don't go crazy into it, but it's something about me that I feel like people think I'm really messy. I like to keep things clean and organized. But yeah, that's something about me, I guess they really wouldn't know. And then I'm also a really big video game nerd. I love World of Warcraft. It's a very old game. Not many people play it anymore. And yeah, that's about it.